When it comes to designing for my own personal brand, it's super daunting because I am my own worst critic. Designing for others, yeah, no problem, I got it. But when it comes to designing for myself, well, that's a different story. I'll be honest, I've been putting off this video for months, quite frankly, because I felt stuck. This past year has been a time for me to self-reflect on who I am, how I want to show up in the world, and be more intentional about what I do. I feel like I've just truly entered my self-actualization era. Part of this era has led me to feel drawn to giving my personal brand a makeover. I feel like my aesthetic and my style have been constantly evolving, so I want to update my brand to reflect my present self. Building a personal brand really involves intentional choices to shape how you're perceived by others. Now, everyone's got a personal brand. It's how you present yourself to the world and how others perceive you, both online and offline. It's a combination of your personality, character, skills, values, beliefs, and experiences. So why build and grow your personal brand? Well, I'll give you 3 reasons. Number 1, it's gonna help you grow in whatever career or profession you're doing, whether you're working for somebody else or for yourself. You're gonna learn so many valuable and transferable skills, such as marketing, advertising, content creation, storytelling, communication, strategizing, and so much more. This is gonna open doors for more opportunities, you get to connect with more people, and this is the key to getting paid to do what you love. 2, you increase your value in the marketplace. This is how you stand out from the competitors, because not everyone is really committed to building a brand. It's a lot of work, and constantly putting yourself out there is scary because that opens doors for judgment and criticism from others. 3, when you're well known for something, people are going to want to work with you because they see you as an expert in that field. And if you're really good, they'll even market for you on your behalf, aka free word of mouth advertising. First, ask yourself these 5 questions. Question 1, who do you serve? Basically, who is your target audience? Question 2, what do I do? What are your strengths? And what do you want to be known for? Question 3, how am I able to help others? What kind of value do you provide? Question 4, why do I do this? What keeps you going? And question 5, what is your positioning statement? How can you articulate everything you do in one sentence? Now, as you ask yourself these questions, really take your time. It involves deep introspection of looking within and understanding who you are at the core fundamental level. I'm gonna be honest, I have been stuck on this step for months. It's probably one of the most difficult things to do because as humans, we're always constantly knowing and creating ourselves. Now, something else that's gonna really help you craft your brand voice is thinking about what tone, words, and emotions you want to evoke with your brand. Write as many words down as you can and then narrow it down to like the top 5 to 10 words. Step number 2 is the development stage. The key thing when it comes to designing your personal brand is consistency. You gotta maintain a cohesive image across different platforms so people can remember you. Everything from your logo, aesthetic, color palette, typography, graphic patterns, elements, and much more are all essential. Before we start diving into the brand elements, let's first put together a mood board. Include things from imagery, icons, patterns, textures, typography, and other graphic elements. Here's a look at mine just to give you an idea of my aesthetic and what I like. As you can see, I love baby blue. It evokes the feeling of peacefulness, and it's such a cute, happy color to me. I've also been leaning more into a retro futurism art style, so I included Y2K fonts, digital art, and fashion inspo that I resonate with as well. Now let's design the logo. Just for context, this is my old logo that I created 4 years ago, and while I still like it, I feel like I've outgrown it and need a new one now. So I experimented around with other fonts and styles, and eventually I came across this font that I really like called Berry, and I love the Y2K aesthetic that it has. Now, I didn't want to just do a logo slap of just text, so I wanted to customize it a little bit more. So a little backstory, growing up, my name Dena was always paired with the word dinosaur, and that was my nickname. My cousins would call me that, they would call me Dino or Dinosaur, and eventually I embraced it and then decided to merge the 2 together to become Dinosaur. I think it would be a really cute idea if I made a little mascot. So I explored some dinosaur options and eventually I landed on this, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I think it pairs really well with the Berry font. I tried to match the aesthetic and style of it. So this is kind of where I've landed on my new logo. Here's the primary logo, here's the submark and the word marks. Now for typography. So I've decided to pair the Berry primary font with a monospace typeface In particular, this one called Monoglyphic, which I think pairs really well with the Y2K font. Now, time for the color palette. Of course, I had to have baby blue in it in some way, shape, or form, and these are also colors that I frequently wear. As you can see, baby blue has always resonated with me, and I think it really pairs well with neutral colors like gray, white, and black. Lastly, it's time to update my website. I use Squarespace if you're curious. I'm not sponsored by them, but Squarespace, if you're watching, you know, maybe we could work out something together. So this is the new website. As you land, you have the hero section that talks about who I am and what I do. And then as you scroll, you see the projects that I've done. So I currently just have those top 4 right now. These will probably change as I go along, but that's what I have currently. And then the footer. And I just love how I can kind of place the dinosaur icon anywhere and just adds a little bit more personality. As you go to the About Me section, you have the scrolling banner, which I thought was pretty cool. And then a little blurb about me, a little dinosaur. Again, my new headshot image, a little section about brands that I've worked with before, and a section for testimonials with people that I've worked before. And as you keep scrolling, you have a little YouTube section where I feature kind of my top 4 videos. And then lastly is the contact page if people need to contact me. And that's about it. It's really simple. I'm probably gonna continue updating my website as I go along, but with where it's at right now, I'm very happy with it. Now, eventually I wanna add a shop section, but that's for later down the line. All right, that about wraps up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, give it a like, comment, and subscribe. From me and Sunny, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.